Okay, welcome back everyone. Let's see where we are and where we are gonna go with this stream. Because as far as I remember, last time we kind of took some pieces from Central Africa. We almost eliminated Congo. And we definitely took over everything from Utapa. So our next plan actually is to go and take a decent sized chunk out of Ottomans. Because you can actually see that they're having some issues. So they are having rebels everywhere, their manpower is low. I do have an interesting situation with the mouse though, it's very sensitive right now. So I might have to tweak it a little bit. Or just use the second mouse, which is... no. Okay, so we'll check it out how it is and if we need to change anything. Yeah, regarding Ottomans, the situation with them is that they have like 220k manpower. They have a bunch of ships, but when it comes to our plan, the ships don't matter much, I believe, because we already have them surrounded pretty much across. Well, like a large part of their coastline was taken by us in the previous war. They also had wow, their corruption is high. They also had a decent fight with Spanish people, or Spain last time. We're just keeping an eye on them. And yeah, I think they lost some territories to Spain as well. Probably this Spanish Balkans wasn't a thing before that. Spain is having a lot of troops though, so I have to keep an eye on them. But anything else to check out for before we get back into the game? I will actually unpause because we need to go a little bit like further before we start the war. Okay, so there's already some things going on. Portugal wants favors for sailors, or wants to offer favors for sailors. We don't really care about Portugal's favors. So you can see some religious stuff going on already. And we also occupied one province that was previously occupied by rebels. You guys go a little bit further north. When it comes to the troop setup right now, we have a bunch of troops, as you can see, like in the middle of the Ottoman country basically, waiting to be deployed. We have a little bit waiting in Constantinople as well. But like several troops that were fighting with Mutapa are actually moving north from there. Now we kind of just started core construction, but knowing that Ottomans is a big country, it's probably gonna take a while before we can siege everything down and make them to give us as much territory as possible. So yeah, let's just let the troops run around a little bit more. And we shall see. Wait, somebody is offering us an alliance. It's Luwu. It's a small country at this point, so we don't really need any additional alliances at the moment. At some point we do have to consider giving Portugal an alliance offer again. Spain is kind of eating them up, which is unfortunate. There's some trade centers that we can upgrade. Sure, let's go for that. The monarch powers are more or less under control. I mean, diplomatic is probably gonna hit the cap in a little bit. Morocco is back, like for the third stream in a row. Morocco is trying to arrange a royal marriage with us, but we're declining. Okay, so our truces with Morocco and Luristan ended. There are some separatists. Ooh, they're far away. I mean, we have ships to take care of this. I do want to just add like half of our transport ships to this mission though. So hopefully these guys will pick the correct transport with the admiral on board. So where were you guys? Okay, you're right here. So I will be sending the troops like on a nearby island, because otherwise they'll have to go from the sea and it takes like a month or two to get onto that land. Now we also have an unassigned merchant. Let's see where we can assign them. So sorting seems to be right at the moment. And the next stop is actually Constantinople. Sure. Let's do it. We also have costly embargoes because I think at the end of the last stream Ottomans decided that, well, I don't know if they decided, but they're not like a valid rival for us, so we'll revoke this. And we also need to pick a new rival, and the only one that is eligible for this is Commonwealth, which is unfortunate. We haven't had anything to do with them up until now. Are they really that like impressive though? If you look at the great powers list, Commonwealth is 5th. I'm not sure what the logic is there, because okay, I can see Ottomans is below them, but for example, why aren't 3 countries before that eligible for rivalry for us? No idea. Okay, so more centers of trade can be upgraded. Let's do that. There is also some great project that can be upgraded. The bonuses for this one at max, not much. So it's kind of like, yeah, let's put it ticking, but we won't do much more than that. We won't speed it up, for example. Okay, so you guys are done with the rebels, both of you, which means I can make your force march. And I think, again, I don't remember where I sent all the other troops for the time being, but let's say these are the valid destinations for us. Now if we try to pinpoint where the Ottoman troops are, then these ones are actually in a good position at the moment. They're trying to siege back their own fortress from the rebels. So that's how bad their situation is right now. We have gained the humiliate rival castles built against Commonwealth. We should embargo them at least. On the 7th of July we can do that. It's gonna take a little bit of time. But we are in any case waiting for our troops to advance a little bit further. Because otherwise the north will be unprotected, and the idea is that we'll be flanking them from 2 sides ideally. Maybe we should have one group just sieging down all the areas over here. So we also gained trade protection castles built against Russia, sure. And we lost the support rebel castles built against Ottomans. Not relevant. And we still have a costly trade embargo against Spain, which is also not valid for rivalry for us at the moment. Okay, so you are also going there. Let me see. So these rebels have taken over the province as expected. But it's okay. We already have somebody that's about to deal with that situation. And these 2 groups are the slowest ones now, who were taking back territories from the rebels. Units have suffered casualties. That's just part of the game. Yes, I will just leave that notification up there because it's gonna be popping up every now and then. What is going on with noob? Okay, so this is the mercenary group that's on the sea, so that's why they're kind of low on manpower. Like, given how much manpower Ottomans have, it's like 218k, and they have almost nothing in reserve, right? That means if we can get, for example, this 58k away, that leaves only 150k, and any of these groups, either the northern and southern ones, can just take care of them. Okay, so one of the things we want to do is just put an embargo on Commonwealth. They're not gonna like us much after that. But we are in a situation we hopefully will not care about this part. Okay, so let's say in the beginning of September we will declare war against Ottomans. Last time we fought them we had, well, they had like a negative 33% defensiveness modifier. Would be cool if it's still there, because each siege, like for a province that had no fortress, took 6, 7, maybe 10 days maximum. Okay, so another rebel group is, well, luckily we had some troops nearby. Just take care of this before they can even take over the province. We can afford trade company investments, and we can afford to build something. That's all cool, but we have... Okay, so September is here, and as I promised, let's get this war started. So let's see what's the situation. Ottomans do have small alliances. Luristan, as far as I remember, it's their own vassal or something like that. And Jungara is their legitimate ally. And we can bring Transoxiana and Delhi both into play. So it should be a rather piece of cake, as you can see. Imperialism will be the casus belli, just for the best bonuses. Yeah, let's go. It's a relatively safe war, especially when you consider the usual wars against Ottomans. Okay, so my thought is that all of you guys will go here. Just let's get the fight going on. Maybe we can get rid of this 46k of troops. Also, they should not get fortress bonus because they don't own the fortress. How far are they with sieging? Far away. 42, minus 42%, so no chance they'll get it while we're running there. Now I do see one troop without the general. We have one free general. You will be maybe the one who's gonna take care of sieging everything over here. Yeah, like all of these areas are yours. And perhaps also all these areas. And once you get there, you can also grab these. So it's like one troop taking care of like 50% of the map, but the others will be taking care of the rest of it. Okay, now let's double check everything around here. So there might be an issue crossing the strait here. Maybe not, because we control both halves, but let's check. Just in case, sending the troops over. And we want to start sieging down the fortresses, so you guys will go there. We will do the usual trickery with the artillery. And then just leave the supporting group right behind the sieging group. Anything else we can do here? Everybody will start going somewhere. I believe that's all the groups for the time being. We will disable the hegemony notification again for this session, because we are not planning to become a hegemon. Maybe at the end of the game, but not before that. And I think we're good to go. No navy will be, well, barely any navy will be involved in these fights, but the Ottomans have a decent sized navy at like 300 something ships, so it would be a bit risky taking them on. Oh, so you can see the numbers are, well, much in our favor, which makes me wonder if some of you can be already redirected to some other areas. For example, you go over here and maybe you start, well, this fortress will be sieged, but maybe you go siege the fortress in Gazarun, which is also level 8. Yeah, Flores C has some conversions going on. Oh, stack wipes. Perfect. And the general also got some traits on the way. Okay, so now we have a situation where we have... Let's see which general is better for sieging. So the 10th army has 3 siege pips. Which one is the 10th army? 10th army is this one? No. The one that's going away. Okay, you will stay here, the 10th army. You will have some support from these guys. And you will go away. So 3rd army is fine. 27th army will go somewhere nearby. Which leaves 61,000 troops fighting for this fortress. You guys need like a new destination. So what I will do with you is that... Okay, just move a bit further. Sure. So some rebels have been kicked out. Stay here for a second. Yeah, we are occupying some territory. So what we need to do is... well, you're all infantry, so you're kind of used as for our use case that we wanted you to have you for. We wanted to kind of get like an extra artillery out of that group, but that's gonna happen. So it seems to me that the siege cycles are quick, like the phases. Yeah, so Ottomans still have this minus 30 defensiveness modifier on them. So it's just everything is against them today. It's fine, we'll have a chill war. Not like the previous ones were difficult ones, but we'll take it anyway. Where did I send you guys? So we'll just keep advancing east from there and northwest from here. Okay, so we have some more separatist activity going on. These messages are all good ones. Oh, okay, so we have one troop nearby. Actually, yeah, just for future reference, why don't you just manage autonomous rebel stuff here? Thank you. Okay, I will let them go. So we're occupying all sorts of territories. And we're doing it fast because, yeah, Ottomans are broken at the moment. So we'll keep pushing forward these guys. Are you guys gonna stay here near your artillery though? Let them be there for the time being. So Ottomans still have like 171,000 troops. So they can kind of overwhelm one of our groups if anything. Okay, yes, you did well. Okay, they're kind of stuck here until we get this fortress down. And the 4th phase is also 9 days, so it's not gonna be long. So some rebels have been defeated again. See, the provinces are coming to us so quickly, it's hard to keep track of them. I see we already have... Okay, so there's a level 1 fortress that can be solo sieged. Can you move? No, you cannot move here. There is also a fortress in Karaman. And we will loan this artillery for that fortress. In the meantime, you guys... Actually, I will make it so that the rest of the infantry from that group goes to Kayseri. And... yeah, that'll do. Oh, we have some more slackers here. So maybe we assign you to go across the sea and just siege down everything there. So there is a fortress in Gelibolu. Just let the one group solo it, and unless we get stuck, then I'll add some assistance to them. Then going from here, everybody's on the move, more or less, at least who has to be. I mean, these guys. Okay, do you have a fortress to siege? It's one in Halo, perhaps. It's level 8 as well. So you can see this lone group who is gonna take over half of the map is already doing its work. But they do have a few fortresses on the way, so it's not gonna be that straightforward. Talking about Strait of Johor had some religious conversion going on there. Okay, so we have a siege that's advancing really fast. Okay, while speaking, basically, we just finished the siege. And I think you guys can proceed sieging in Bitlis. And that means we can just move you all forward. And yeah, we'll just take the middle part of Ottomans first, and then we'll spread out a bit more. I wonder where their troops are. Their troops seem to be like near our ally, so hopefully we won't even have to deal with the troops. One of the easiest Ottoman wars ever, right? Once they start breaking down, they're kind of not in a good spot. So I cannot move past these guys, meaning that I will send the artillery to help with the siege, because we don't have the water blockaded either. I'm just gonna make the process a bit faster. Okay, we want you guys to move forward. We are slowly taking over everything over here. Okay, so we can purchase an ability with our splendor. We have everything else unlocked besides the anti-revolutionary zeal and the loyal subjects, which are both about liberty desire from subjects. We don't really care about either of them because they give us nothing, so we don't have that many subjects. So I'll just take something and let's move on. Okay, so another province taken over. The funny thing is that yes, we can take the provinces over quickly, but for Ottomans it's really a slow process to take it back if they want to take it back from us. Actually, you move here, and I sent you guys there. Let's move here instead. Okay, now these are just falling like... What would be a terminology for things that are falling fast in English? I know there's like growing as fast as mushrooms after the rainfall, but can't imagine what it would be for provinces that are falling like some things really fast. Okay, so the siege of Gelibolu has been finished, and also Amasya. Okay, let's deal with the troops in Gelibolu first. So you guys will start sieging Selanik, while the infantry group that's following you or stalking you is just gonna take over the areas around it. So more areas coming to us. These don't have any fortresses. And thank you for taking over this one. And I guess like Luristan is one of their allies, so don't know if they have any troops nearby, but also another... I forgot we already took one more siege, or kind of finished one more siege over here. So we can send you guys over here to Diyarbakir. And what do we do with you though? Is anyone going to Halab? Where are you going? Nowhere. So I think Halab is our next destination. It has a level 8 fortress waiting for you. We are close to monarch caps. We could invest in military technology. We are ahead of time by 8 years. It's a bit too soon. What about promoting culture for the diplo points? I think it was from this screen. So we still have 8 out of 9 culture slots available. But one of them is with silk, which I can lose at any time, so I'm not gonna risk it. What happens though if I have more accepted cultures? It's not like they can take anything away from us, right? Anyway, I don't want to overcomplicate it at the moment. So what we will do with the points is basically just use them for extra development. We'll just dev in the lowest cost area, so Burgas apparently will have some clicks on it. And then maybe Matamba. Let's bring it down to like 800. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, we're occupying territories as planned. There's like barely any resistance from Ottomans. Which is, I guess, to be expected. Oh, 31k rebels. You can still take care of this, I think. If not, then I'll eat my own words. So we have won the siege of Ankara. I don't have any fortresses to give you guys at this rate. Maybe you go help out here in El Karak. So the group that has to conquer half of the Ottomans has some better progress. So siege of Selanikistan. Well, you guys just stop running around in circles, right? So you will go for the rebels yourself. And we can see that, okay, the autonomous sieging is going on nicely. Autonomously. Okay, we have some rebels going on here that were taken completely out of the map. They have been eliminated, right? You guys should just move forward. I believe I haven't moved the pawns in the middle of the Ottoman lands for a while. So, yeah, please move forward. You will take over this area. You will take over... Actually, no, don't go to Urmia. It's a bit dangerous to go there alone. So we'll send the full group there. Full group of infantry, by the way. So we are taking over everything. Let's just take a quick look at the troop counts. Did our allies do anything? So 160. It's still 200k for Ottomans. Where are they though? I don't see them near allies anymore, so they might be coming towards us, I guess. Yep, rebels are gone. Okay, so Bulgarian exiles arrive in Cape. We could add 25 to the spy network in revolutionary Bulgaria. I mean, we only have one chance or one option anyway, so it's not like it's a choice. And their opinion of us will change by -60. Oh, I cannot do anything about it, so let's accept. Okay, next thing. Well, since you guys took over this area here, we just keep moving, right? Now control some province. I will reunite the artillery with the infantry friends. I'll just keep pushing forward into the west. I see. It's just like the blink of an eye and we have the provinces, right? Okay, more rebels got kicked off the map. Why are there so many troops here? No, it's a bit too much. So one of you guys has to go somewhere else. Sorry. It's just too crowded here. Okay. Yeah. Well, more or less everybody's doing something. So that's a good thing, given like how easy these things happen to be in our current run. But we did have some tough fights with Ottomans in the beginning of this campaign, so we were allied with Mamluks at some point, and Mamluks weren't strong enough, and we were just out of manpower. All fun issues going on there. Okay, we're occupying, so another siege is done. I guess you guys will just try to go towards Caspian Sea for some more fortresses, and you will just follow them slowly. Actually, how about you go to Van? Looks like every day some sieges ending up. Okay, what do we have anything to give you anymore? I mean, there is a fortress level 2 over here. Maybe we'll just keep the full group sieging so they can do it for a little bit longer. Now, you guys, do you have like a... Yeah, you have an infantry group that you can regroup with. These guys. Let's meet in Europa. So Jimmy's flout building restrictions. We can increase enforcement efforts to move towards legalism, or let the laws go unenforced. I've been always going towards legalism, and I'll keep doing that even though the corruption decrease has not been useful for the run so far. You can see we'll have another rebel battle going on here. So you guys can go to Malatya. Yes, another victory against rebels, because that's the only enemy we can fight here. Wait, there is something on. Okay, so occupied by something. Oh, we got some Ottoman troops somewhere here. For a change. Huh. So they do exist. Just it's hard to find them. You guys should just take care of the rebels, because we will help Ottomans out from that regard at least. Ah, there's this siege going on. Maybe you can help. I know I thought about not splitting the groups, but... Wait, that is 71. No. We will keep to our initial promise. We will not split the troops. Instead, you guys will just start conquering some areas down there. Okay, so you are 21k infantry. Why aren't you doing anything? You've been slacking for a while here, haven't you? So go take over Aksaray. Is it called Aksaray? Yeah. It's like a fish. Okay. We don't have any fortresses here, so we just have some freebies. Ah, another 1k at Ottoman troops. I guess they're assembling somewhere in the north, right? Because there's not many places left for them to hide at this point. The siege has ended again. Yep. Which is good in a way, because we have some lands that we can take over in here. Can merge back one troop here. The siege of Dagestan. But didn't we just arrive there? I mean, the artillery isn't even there. They don't have forced march. That's why they're a bit slower, but... Well, there's a fortress right next to this previous one, so we'll go there instead. Okay, I guess it explains it was just a level 2 fortress. Let's take a quick moment to just check how we are doing with the coring process, because the war is going nicely. You can see our war score is at 42%. And the coring is almost halfway there, which means we have over a year left. We can just take our time to take over most of Ottoman areas. Yep, you two move forward. You should move to Kircher. Oh wow, that's a tricky one. Okay, so another siege done. These guys are sieging down there. Maybe you will go siege if there's anything to siege even. Yeah, I will send you to do autonomous sieging over here. Just to ease the sieging area for the other guys down there. Apparently everything else is going so fast. Okay, you will take care of... I'll actually go for the furthest doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, I'm telling you. Okay, Kangiri will be taken by the guys who were just sieging the fortress. So Kilwa has occupied another province. I do want to send some troops to follow along with the siege group just in case. You guys go to Sivas. No, Bolzak is the next target. This game is almost like too simple with this setup, right? Yeah, I will split you up to the southeastern part of Ottoman country. So just moments ago we were at 42%, I believe. Now we're 51% war score. Maybe we should slow down a bit. Okay, we have some rebels to fight here. The good thing is we are recouping probably more manpower than we are using. More or less, depends on the sieges, I guess, that are ongoing. And the rebels, of course. One thing to keep in mind is that if we start going to other areas to conquer, we should probably leave like one group to take care of rebels in a reasonably sized area. Okay, so you guys are taking over something from rebels. So taking over from rebels is tougher than from Ottomans. Who would have guessed? You guys go here. Or just pushing the Ottoman ships from one port to the other. They cannot do anything. Because they have nothing to fight from our groups, right? Bless you. Okay, so we have a military leader has left us. Oh, it's like in the middle of nowhere, so it's okay. You guys have been looking at the 3 provinces that are not taken yet for a while. Wasn't it like a desert Al-Jaw? Okay. So we have taken control of another province. And what, some siege ended? Okay, lovely. Why are you guys running? Oh, you took the fortress down. That's perfect. So, yeah, we'll just start advancing from this side as well. We have to be careful that our allies are not gonna get greedy with conquests, because, well, it's for the next war. Basically have to declare as soon as possible, or just ask our allies to prepare for a year, so we get to be the ones to take the land instead of them. Greedy? Maybe. But we did do most of the work when it came to making the Ottomans a little bit smaller last time. Okay, so one group will stay somewhere in the middle here, but the others, they will have to move forward. And I believe we have a good direction here. No. Actually, can you guys... Oh, there's some potential there. Where can I find an artillery group for you guys? I guess it's just move you south. For the potential fighting, one of you will go and meet the Ottomans in Talcho. Hopefully it's the only group there, but... Okay, so it's not the only group there. So, please don't go too far just now. Stay near the vicinity of your... Oh, okay, there's a fortress. We have fortress all around there. Ideally, we would take the fight within our fortress boundaries. So we get all the bonuses that we need. Siege of Lakia has ended. Okay, that's good news. What's next? So, Belgium. And then all of these guys will keep trying to keep up the speed with the siege guys. Basically the sieges are running away from them. The religion engine has been converted. Thank you very much. So Ottomans do have like a few territories like in the middle of Spain and Portugal and Tlemcen. So Shiraz has been occupied by us. Agent has been discovered. Sure, we conquered some lands. It's been a while since... Well, you guys are just gonna do... You cannot do rebel suppression on like enemy lands, unfortunately. Okay, we have 2 lazy groups over here. So we should start Birjan siege, and that's gonna be a level 8 fortress as well. Hopefully we get there before our allies. So we can just have more choices when it comes to taking on the provinces. In Korean separatists. Now, do we have anyone here? We do have somebody here who was supposed to protect against rebels. So you guys please manage autonomous rebel control. I'll just add some more areas to your repertoire because, well, you can see the red and stuff. Might be problematic. The siege is still ongoing. So we have everyone under our control. You go to Shaki, I guess. Although we also don't have the Karabakh and those areas like Kench under our control yet. So we're at 66% war score. And we're almost at 60% coring from the last war. Okay, so areas are being grabbed over here. Now is the time where I will split you guys away. Did you just siege along with the rebel? Okay, it doesn't matter. Where are you guys going? So each group will meet up with infantry. What are you doing here? Just looking around. Let's move. And you also did everything you needed to do around here, so we'll send you... Well, the two of you can move like here, right? Isha has been taken over. Perfect, another siege is done. All these areas are falling really nicely. I mean, it feels as if I'm playing at speed 5 at this point, right? But I'm not, I'm like only playing at speed 1. So just a moment. Some more areas taken over here, so there is autonomous sieging going on there. Hawaiian separatists have risen up. Okay, well, it's been a while since I took a look near Hawaii. You should do some autonomous rebel control. I guess you already have like the whole area under your control, so just keep fighting with the rebels. Okay, so in the southern part, you can see you guys are not doing anything. You can go to Jabal Hamar. And the mercenaries are also just looking around because they just took over another area. Okay. Korean separatists have taken over something. And we are advancing really nicely. Trying to catch up with our siege group. So you guys will go here. And you will go to Taki. Our agent has been discovered by revolutionary Spain, that's fine. Like, Spain is a bit of a nasty one if we think a little bit forward. I do wanna, I kind of wanna fight them, but it's gonna be a long war, I imagine. Because they're the next biggest, and they're like biggest by far when compared to Great Britain, for example. Their troop counts are impressive, for sure. And I don't think it counts like the troops of their colonist countries. Okay, anyway, that's future business. We'll come back to that at some point. So it seems like these groups are getting the Ottoman lands that are over here. Okay, we're capturing all sorts of areas. You guys, maybe I'll still do this here. So siege. I keep forgetting there is one full infantry group here, so never mind. All good. You guys should go already further than that, than your original plan. Something is stirring. Our spies inform us that revolutionary Spain is considering attacking Peru. Well, at least they're not considering attacking us. Okay, so Oahu has been occupied by us. Hawaii has been occupied by the rebels, just temporarily, now don't worry. And we keep pushing forward the troops. Let's go for Kunzia and Alanya. and so forward, so on. So we're just spamming. Oh, there is this Azov area here. Also take over Theodora on the way. Yeah, just give me a second. So you guys will move forward. I guess you can just autonomously siege this area here by yourself. And you can help out. Oh. What are you guys doing here? How did you get here and why are you here? So you can go sieging because you have a decent amount of artillery with you. Some rebel activity being taken down there. Okay, we now control the province. There are some separatists. I'm just gonna double check. Yes, this area has been assigned as something to be cleared off of rebels. You guys are just very eager to do things, right? Okay, I didn't even notice that this siege has been finished. So probably go to Pershkiret. Not much to pick at this point anymore in terms of provinces to take. It's just like sending them one by one in a row. Wonder when Ottomans are gonna be like, we don't wanna fight anymore. Can you just take our provinces and move on, leave us alone? We have our internal conflicts to deal with. Okay, so let's go to Bakhmut. You guys will just look around a little bit. Everything was done by these guys already. Can we move here? Yep. Yeah, we'll stop autonomous sieging. Just take over these few areas here from the Ottomans as well. Okay, Minya has been occupied. Kathiri. Oof. So many news. Okay, Bakhmut has also been occupied by us. You guys will just go to Voronezh. I don't even remember. You don't need to go south, just rather go east, and we'll let the guys who are already there just take over the provinces. Yeah, like this. So I'm sad to say for the Ottomans, but their country is being ripped apart, and I don't see that they will be recovering from this easily, because probably once we finish this war, another country will attack them, if it doesn't even happen while we are fighting them actually. I will go to Manich. I don't remember if I assigned anyone there yet. Okay, Sarai is also on the map. Oh, there's a decent amount of areas that we can still take over in the eastern part of Ottoman areas. So Tun, Yazd. Yeah, let help us just get all the areas, please. Our alliance. Okay, so Borisoblest, Soglebs. Manich is being targeted. You guys are not doing much at this point. The one lonely 0.9k Transoxiana troops cannot take over this province alone. Not sure if I'm gonna help them though. So we will gain one mercantilism for 25 diplo power. Some fights against rebels were going on again in the meantime. One thing I need to keep an eye on is this being... No, this is not being cored. Perfect. I was afraid that some of the rebels might stop our coring process or just slow it down so we will be forced to do some rough math again. Okay, so we have 40k here. Let's just move a little bit further, right? So another siege was done. Was it this one? Yeah, probably. Okay, we will go to Mecca. You guys go to Taif. You are just going to Mecca as well, which is fine. It's like everything else has been pretty much occupied already. Or just going to be occupied in a matter of few days. Okay, I think the time to siege is over now. I do want to reunite you guys with your infantry group if I can find them. Where did they go? Ah, okay, you are the infantry. Sorry, messed up that one. We just go towards the siege and figure out what to do later. Okay, and Canada, please go for it. And you guys can go to Pashkortostan. So we have won the siege of Pashkert. Where do we send you guys? Well, this is the end of the road in a sense. Yeah, you guys can finally join back with your infantry. So there are some rebel uprisings that are going to be, I think, soon. Our extension is 97.2%. We still have a lot of governing capacity, so that's good. The war score is at 81%. We'll be going for a lot of overextension. I'm not sure how much war score we need to get to 100%. Probably not even as much as we have already, so that's the thing. Let us click up a few of the great projects. So this one hasn't even been started yet, but at max it will have one extra missionary, strength against heathens, and piety accelerator. Okay, next one is some Grand Canal. These are just not very relevant to us, to be fair. But we'll start them anyway, just to get them off the list. Now, Hagia Sophia. Ah, okay, so there's another wonder here. Sultan Ahmed Mosque. Well, we get some more prestige per development from missionary conversions. What about this one? Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. Yeah, yearly prestige, monthly splendor, and monarch lifespan. Okay, that's the run of great projects done. Or at least started. Okay, and oh, there's some Ottoman troops here, you can see. So Mahabit separatists, where are you guys? And also, yeah, we're just taking control of the last few areas over there. Now Mahabit separatists don't have anybody to control them at the moment, but it's okay. Should have a transport group available that maybe gets it there even before they take over the province. Okay, so minus 14% here. Probably these guys can move a bit further, like just grab more lands. And is there like a fortress that's not been conquered around here? I can see the symbol. Aha, there is one in Nord. The pronunciation. Right. Okay, so Ayuli seems to be something that's not been touched yet. You guys can go here down. A little bit to the south. And we also have Perm available for conquering. And you guys will also take over Kurgan once you're done with Tura. Okay, so something has been occupied by Kilwa, meaning us. Yes, all good. Oh, did the Ottoman troops get killed? I just don't see that. I guess they're just hiding somewhere far away. Not sure exactly where. But maybe they have like military access to one of their countries nearby and they're just hiding themselves over there. Because I don't see them on the Alliance lands either. Okay, so there's some... Oh. No, still no coring interventions. You guys go to perm. Why do we have 62k troops here? Weren't you supposed to do like fixing up how your troop composition is? I mean, I can see 41, 41. Everything is 41 here. Where's the 21? Let's just check the ledger for a second. I will just move the troops away though. So there's 21 here and 20. Oh, they're hiding over here. Okay, you go. We'll meet up with Bashkirut. Gonna butcher this one, right? Ottoman spy network is quite extensive. We can support. Well, there's not much. Like it doesn't matter if we do anything to them, like corrupt their reputation or things like that. Okay, so royal patronage. It's either we shall give them our endorsement, which means paying 21,000 ducats and stuff. I think we will just let it go. Yeah. We have enough innovativeness and so on. You guys can still take over some areas here, by the way, I think. No, you can't because there's a fortress that's being sieged. It's fine. We are also sieging one more fortress here. At least we're not doing it with the infantry group. It's good news. Yeah, so we're basically ready to agree to a ceasefire with the Ottomans. We're just finishing up some loose ends over here and there. But yeah, one of the groups, please stop autonomous sieging. There's nothing else to siege over here. You guys, why don't you... Oh, that's not siegeable. That's not the province. That's just mountains. You can go to Warstenis. Oh, there the Ottomans are. Finally, they're showing themselves a little bit. So, we will group up like nearby. Just in case we do decide to fight them. After 41k troops. I'll spread you a little bit. You will be merged. Then move to Bakhmut. Let's give it a moment to gather our troops. Oh, there's some rebels sieging our province. How dare you? We have a group ready for the situation though. I did not expect it to happen on our lands, but it did. Now we have 120k troops around that number from Ottomans. Is it all of their troops? Well, pretty much all of them. There's still maybe a little bit hiding somewhere, but just small amounts. In the meantime, we've gained 225k manpower in reserve. Perfect. Again, our record in this campaign so far. Mostly it's been zero-ish. So they're retreating. I guess they're going to Commonwealth. I mean, they can retreat. We'll just be keeping an eye on the areas around this Commonwealth borders. You guys will go to Voronezh and you will go to Borisov-Blesk. I'm not sure I want to fight them though. It's kind of a waste of manpower at this point because I want to leave them with some defenses against the other countries. Just to fight longer and so on until we can fight them again. So Bozhnor has been taken over. Means we can just take some more provinces around here. Oh, why do you do this to us, please? I will make you force march. Please do not interrupt us with the coring process. So all of these areas are now cored. We will also take a look at what we can do here. So we have to make them into states. Yeah, we cannot add them to the trade company, so states it is. Yes, please make them all to cores. Now, yeah, there is one last piece of the puzzle which should be done by in August. Well, if it had some progress moving forward. It doesn't, and it also got taken over by the rebels. So mercenaries, please do your job and get that area cleaned up as soon as possible. Somebody's offering us peace. So Jongar will cede Urshar to Transoxiana. Jongar is there. Yeah, I mean, we don't care about them much. So this is just a peace offer from Jongar. We're still in the fight against Ottomans, who are... Well, we have 96% force score against them. I see Luristan is being fought over here. And we still have some areas that we can take over. But the Ottomans fleet somewhere to Commonwealth, I see. Which is fine. So demands for representation. We'll take the local unrest. 75 admin power is still relevant to us. Okay, we have officially taken over basically all of Ottoman territories. Now comes the fun times of trying to figure out which areas we should grab from this war and which ones we should leave for the future wars. Although I do think the choice is... Wow, look at this list, Jesus Christ. No, we don't want to give our allies that much stuff. The choice is basically everything that's not bordering either us, Transoxiana or Delhi is on the table, and ideally we just want to kind of isolate Ottomans from the rest of the world. Okay, so we do have an issue with the military power, and we could invest into military technology. We are ahead of time 7 years. Again, I think development is the way to go again this time. So let's see where we can do the cheapest developments. So Transvaal is 19 per click. Sounds decent. Let's also do some Kumbala clicks. Looks good. And I think we'll do a little bit more in Nikopol. Okay, that should do it for the time being. Now, unpause and just wait until the rebel cleanup is done and we can get back to this last area that we need to finish the core on. Because if you take a look at how much overextension it causes, it's 10.5%, which is considerable. Now we started ticking down again. Perfect. And we have a mall that's been occupied by us, I believe. And we'll just let our allies take the rest of it. So it's 98%. Pretty much 100% of Ottoman territory is conquered. Like, is there... Well, there are actually a few more areas over here, but... Shall we go for them while we're waiting here? You guys. Do the autonomous sieging. Let's see how much we get. Although, I guess we won't get much. Oh, there's an area over here as well. Some islands. Lovely. So, core construction, 100%. Perfect. We also finished some agenda. Apparently, reduce overextension to 0. 50 administrative power that we'll be making good use of in a moment. Now, just double checking. Overextension is at 0%. This means it's time to start negotiating from a good position, eh? Okay, so Ottomans. We do wanna offer you peace, or demand peace. And the only question is, how do we wanna do this? So I think we'll just be expanding. Like, we're gonna be trying to cut you off from the rest of the world as much as we can. So I'll be grabbing some areas near the sea. We have to make sure that we have like a continuous route though when we do this. So it would probably mean around Georgia, if anything. Otherwise, if we take Theodora, etc. from here, we would not be able to easily get there. One more option is just to take the Balkans. Because yeah, Commonwealth will be able to fight you. And so will Russia and so on, like from the north. But maybe like Spain and stuff will not be able to fight you anymore after that. I don't want these two areas though. So let's take Kipris. I will just give this combination. So let's take everything we can from the Balkans. Not even sure I want the part that's on the other side of the revolutionary Bulgaria though. Even though we could maybe fight them next and just grab everything in between. Let's see if we can even manage so much overextension. So we're at 116%. If we take just a few areas back from here, we're at 105. So something like this is doable. So we'll take most of what you have in Europe. We'll cut you off from... Oh, but there is some area here as well, isn't there? It's a bit annoying. So we are back at 102%. What if we give up Polo? That's not... What if we give up Kibris as well? So 96.6% again. We could probably grab something more, like Bolio is back and that's too much already. Let's get to as close as to 100 as we can. Maybe one area from here. No, that's exactly 100. So 99.9 is like kind of pushing it, but it's doable. So Transoxiana is given more provinces. Are we giving some provinces to Transoxiana? I don't think so. Demanding Rhodos without occupying any of the forts connected to it via land. Where is Rhodos? How can I check this? So it must be... I mean, it's not like I have a lot of areas here. So Bolo is here. Kyolulu. Anyone can... so maybe... Oh, that's Corfu. This is Rhodos. So does it have like a fortress on it? Must be. Yeah, we're not gonna get that one. Okay, so we will just play it around a little bit. Can we get this one? No. Also Corfu. Huh. I mean, I kinda wanna siege down Corfu, but it's a little bit of a waste of time. So we'll leave Rhodos and Corfu for them. We'll just expand a little bit along the coastline here. Not much. Oof, not at all. We'll grab areas from somewhere else. Or maybe we can do it so. Yeah, 99.3. So we'll not grab this Bahiria in the top part of Africa. Sounds like we're good to go. So only 65 war score we'll be using, and we will be grabbing all of Ottoman's Balkans almost, just with a few exceptions. And we can go for revolutionary Bulgaria next, unless they have like a really ridiculous setup of allies. We'll find out in a bit. Okay, that should do it. So basically we're getting everything. Again, I don't know why Transoxiana is happy with this. because we're not giving them any provinces as far as I can see. Yeah, let's seal the deal. Yoo-hoo! So that was one of the easier Ottoman wars. We basically had no fights and so on. We got a bunch of land that we can now core. Let's make sure we do this before the missionaries start converting people around here. So core all. Ooh, that was a lot of admin power. We can also upgrade some centers of trade. Well, at least, no, just exactly one. We have some exiled armies, which is to be expected because kind of had our troops all around Ottoman lands. You guys can... Yeah, let's move you guys just back to our lands. I will check the like regarding the next war in a bit. Let's just get our troops moving and do that. So there's a bunch of them actually. And I guess there's one more group over here. Stop the autonomous siegings. One thing I'm curious about, in addition to that, is how many troops we have. So we have 26k. So you can see Spain in itself has 880k, so they're kind of matching us in terms of troop count. We could recruit more troops though, but we're letting the manpower reserves grow for the time being. Because if we take a look at revolutionary Bulgaria, for example, their independence is guaranteed by revolutionary Spain. So if we were to consider declaring war on them, that's one way of just pulling in Spain for fighting us. Yeah, that would be a tough battle. That would probably one of the toughest battles remaining here, because once we would beat Spain, this would just mean we take care of the second most powerful or second great power in the world, and nobody else would be able to fight as strong as they are able to. England is great on the water as usually, I guess. Well, they have decent amount of troops. Spain has some... Well, we're hopefully not gonna have to fight Spain's colonies. They have some, as you can see, some lands over here in the North Africa. Some lands over here in... Well, here in the South China Sea, or to the east of it. And that should do it, I mean, besides Europe, of course. So if we would concentrate our troops all around here, maybe we can take them. How can they have 888,000 though? Yeah, I'll have to think about it. One more option would be to just fight somebody else in the meantime. Like Austria, but like yeah, I don't have like a passage through here to my own lands. So in that sense, this attack would make much more sense. So if we were to declare war, could also crush the revolution. But yeah, this seems like a good next target. Let's unpause for a little bit while we're thinking here. Probably we won't be doing this next war in this stream, but we can plan a little bit. Also, we can do some building of the buildings because we have money. So let's see if taxation has... Yes, there are some good clicks to be done here. Production has... Wow. Peko can give us 1 extra ducat per month almost. Wow, there's actually really good stuff here. So everything above 15, maybe even there's like even 20 and stuff. Yeah, that should do it. Now let's do some town halls as well, just to make sure our government cap is under our control. Oh, Katina has some nice trade bonus. A few more regions have decent bonuses. Now, do we have some manufacturers that would give us like decent ducats per month as an extra? Not really, compared to how much they cost. What about manpower? So there's a few areas that have decent bonus. To the 187 as well. Okay, so yeah, that's a good investment, I believe, for the future. In terms of timing, we have like less than 60 years remaining, so we'll probably be able to do at least 10 fights, or maybe more, depending on how the one against Spain would go. Are Spain fighting anyone? They are actually. The Peru, the United States, and Portuguese Brazil. The United States. Oh, so there is the United States. I guess this broke off Portugal and turned into United States now. And Portuguese Brazil is being fought. So it's not that bad of a time to start the war against Spain, actually. They're a bit distracted. But we need a little bit of time to reposition ourselves. Yeah, I'll give it a thought until tomorrow, because it sounds like a fun war. Like, to be fair, the Ottomans fight today was a bit underwhelming. They were really weak, and now they're even weaker, and probably the next war is just like, you know, casual. So, just to sum it up today, we fought against Ottomans, we won. There was no contesting us at all, to be exact. And yeah, probably Spain is the next target, as we need areas that are like keeping us away from the rest of the Balkan areas that we are under our control at the moment. So let's wrap it up here. Thank you all for checking out the stream, either live or afterwards, and see you already at the next one. Bye!